There was one that sniffed my face when I was setting down a case of wine.
What? I mean, you delivered for me big right there. Also, your customer.
Well, the customer didn't sniff my face.
But if they paid you enough, could they?
Probably not. That'd be a little weird.
Okay. Customer shells out $200 bill or $200 bills and says, "Let me sniff your face, and this is your tip." Are you going to take it?
I mean, yeah, probably, but I'm going to feel really weird.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Hard Reset, episode 112. I'm your host, Patrick the Law Morris. Joining me this week, we have gorgeous Ben Reynolds.
Meow.
Sniffing faces. And
I'm not sniffing anybody's faces.
Oh, well, then why'd you meow at me?
He's the sniffy.
Yeah.
The sniffy. He's not a sniffer.
Exactly.
And from 1117 Studios, Evan Teague.
Hey there.
So coming up on Hard Reset, we'll be discussing the latest on the end of the Dreams Early Access, some PS5 dev kits out in the wild, a new BioShock game in development, and also going to run through the State of Play highlights. And as this decade draws to a close, we'll be looking back at the best games of the 2010s. But before we get to all that, I want to know what you guys have been playing this week. Ben, tell me what you've been playing.
I have been finishing up Pokemon.
Oh, finishing it?
finishing the story at least.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which is a solid 35 hours, right?
I'm not sure how long it is, but it's it's been a pretty solid game, definitely. It's solid fun. The story really starts to actually get way because rather than you kind of deal with the villains a little bit during the while you're battling the gyms, but not very much. You kind of deal mostly with the villains after that, and so it's kind of different than the traditional Pokemon game structure, but it still makes for a cool game. And yeah, so yeah, I'm almost done.
You're coming up on the end. Where would you rank this amongst the other Pokemon generations?
I mean, so what do you do when you talk about Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Fire Red and Leaf Green and shit like that? Do those count as separate generations, or are they
I guess if you were gonna say that, clarify, Gen 2 remakes, and if you're gonna do that before, let us know what generations you've played.
I was gonna say, are you guys Gen 1 people? Did you start out?
Yeah, so I played Blue. I got Blue for my 10th birthday, and then
I was gonna say, I know you guys are a little bit older than me, and I played Pokemon pretty early.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got Shield for my 30th birthday. But so I played Blue, Silver, Blue, Yellow, Silver.
Did you play the Game Boy Advance ones until? I don't think you played third gen until just the remakes.
Played. What was third gen?
Third gen was Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Ruby on Advance, and then I played the remakes of Ruby the remake of Ruby, and then I also played Black or White, I think. What was the one that we bought together when we bought DS?
You played White and I played Black.
Okay, so I played a fair amount of White, but I didn't beat it.
I didn't love that one.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it. And then I played the Ruby remake, and
Okay. So you played
Yeah, I never
Gen
played the
1,
Gen
2,
1
3, and
remakes.
5.
But I've heard that the Gen 1 remakes are pretty awesome.
I usually go back to Fire Red if I'm going to go back to Gen 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's tough to say, but I feel like the pinnacle of Pokemon is the Gen 2 remakes, because I think Gen 2 is just so much better than Gen 1 in the sense that it's all of Gen 1 and Gen 2.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But
I
where would
guess I've
you
never played the remakes of those.
where would you rank it?
I would definitely put it above White. It's probably above Ruby because I've never actually beaten Ruby. But then below Gen 1 and Gen 2 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's
So,
tough to be better than Gen 1 and Gen 2.
yeah, well, and I mean, I have such fond memories of Blue because of like the fucking Missingo and like being able to duplicate rare candies and duplicate master balls and just like do whatever. Basically, you could just like after you'd beaten the game, you could just get whatever, like any Pokemon and level it up to 100. Basically, I mean, yeah, you'd have to sit there pressing A repeatedly.
Yeah.
You're just watching the Simpsons pressing A, getting your Pokemon up to 100.
Yeah. I I really loved Gen 1, but I think I like Gen 6 better.
Which one's Gen 6? Is that
X and Y.
I do like X and Y quite a bit. I went back to that recently.
Was that when they first introduced the Dynamaxing?
No, so Dynamaxing is new this generation.
Or Mega Evolutions.
Yeah,
I
Gen
guess,
6 was Mega Evolutions.
Okay. Dynamax. Oh, because I guess it was technically it evolved and then it would de-evolve back.
They take on like a different form and have different.
Is basically the same thing. It's just making them bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I kind of like Mega Evolutions. I think it's kind of a shame that they.
I wish you could permanently.
I don't know. To me, Mega Evolutions seem too. It seems like they're trying to be Digimon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, Evan, which generations did you play?
My brother's about your guys' age. He's about 6 years older than me, and he played.
Damn, dude, that's the second dig at our
Sorry,
old age.
you guys are a bunch of old people. No, no. I had his copy of Red that he handed down to me, and then I played Omega Ruby and X and Y and a little bit of Sun, and I wasn't super into Sun, but I liked Omega Ruby and X and Y quite a bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I played 1 and 2, and I played 1 remake and 2 remake. I didn't play 3 until the remakes, and even then I only played like 10 hours. I played 4, and I loved 4.
Which was 4?
Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum.
Oh, yeah.
Platinum might be the best Pokemon game, which is like crazy.
The DS years were good for it.
If you have to choose like one single game,
yeah,
it might be Platinum. And then I played I played 5, but I didn't finish it like Ben. And then I played 6. I didn't play 7, and I haven't played 8 yet. Wow, I've played a lot more Pokemon than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it somewhat feels like incomplete, but like I will be curious to see. Like, I'm curious if they'll do a remake next or if they'll do like 9. It would be cool if they did like Platinum and Crystal and
4.
those remake in new style.
So would you want them because you played Let's Go, right?
No.
Oh, okay. So I've heard a lot of people saying they want a remake of Gen 2 in the Let's Go style.
Really? I haven't played Let's Go at all, but it just is such a turnoff to me that you can't battle wild Pokemon.
Mine's the motion control thing.
Yeah.
I tried the demo and I was like, I kind of hate this.
There's a lot of turnoffs to the whole idea.
Yeah.
It makes the game super approachable, but like I think that I would much rather, like Ben, you were saying, like a full-on Gen 4 remake in the same style as Gen 8. I would get way down on that because I love Gen 4.
Well, and I mean, keep the like ease of play stuff that you added in the Gen 8 now, obviously, like the automatic EXP share and not having HMs and shit like that. But yeah, no, I think that would be a smart idea.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the Omega Ruby remake, one of its big problems was that it kept all the HM stuff, and then it was just like, oh, here's one Pokemon that's like a throwaway because he's just full of HMs.
Your slave.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
just it's the worst thing that.
It's one of the biggest mistakes Pokemon ever made.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And continue to make.
Yeah.
Until this generation.
Yeah, definitely. So, Evan, what have you been playing this week?
On a very similar note, I picked up the Dragon Quest 11 demo. I didn't buy it yet, but I'm still playing through it. I like it quite a bit. I'm not a JRPG guy like at all, but I'm starting to realize that I might be. So
turns out I might be into that.
Yeah. So I got some recommendations from some friends on where to go next, but after the holidays, I think I'm definitely going to pick that up because I'm 7 hours. I'm not done with it yet, but I've really been sinking a lot of time into it.
Yeah, I've heard you can play that demo for like 10 hours.
Yeah. I keep like coming around the corner. I'm like, oh, this is where it'll be over, and it's like, nope, here's another story beat. I'm like, oh, that's fucking wild. Yeah.
It's like here's a demo that's twice as long as Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I mean, there's a lot of content in there too. Like just the character building and stuff like that is surprisingly more in depth than I thought it would be as well.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Yeah.
So,
I'd be intrigued to play that. I haven't played one since I played one on Game Boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I played one of the Pokemon type ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge JRPG fan besides Pokemon.
Didn't you play some of the Final Fantasies?
I was gonna say.
No, so I've never played Final Fantasy. I
for some reason thought you had gotten into some of them.
Eric was really into Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I think.
And then I think he liked 10 too, even also.
I know he played 10 too. So our friend Eric, for some context, Evan, not nearly as into video games as we are. Like very casually likes video games.
But occasionally we'll get really into games.
Occasionally he'll get really into them, and or
watching.
Yeah, or watching. What was it? So he and I were living together, and he was using my old PS3, and he was like, "Hey man, like, do you think Final Fantasy X will work on this?" And I was like, "No, it won't, but like you can download Final Fantasy X 10.2 HD." And he's like, "Oh, cool." And he's like, "All right, well, I'm going to download that and like just toy around a little bit." And he like downloaded it. He started the download. He like made breakfast, did whatever. And then he got in the shower, and he gets out of the shower, and he's like getting dressed, and he puts underwear on. And then the game is ready, and he like starts to play the game, and he sits on the foot of his bed, and he's like super, just temporarily like, oh, and he sat on the foot of his bed for
in just his underwear,
like in the middle of getting dressed for past dinner time. Literally all day. And Eric just gets sucked into Final Fantasy X.
That's wild. That does not seem like a game that like somebody who's not into video games would be.
I know.
they're so fucking intimidating. Like there's again, it's the 10th in the series, you know, and I don't even know where I would start with one.
Yeah.
I think he did. I think he and Shay played some of the other ones when they were younger, and I know he played 10 when he was younger, also. So
yeah,
like I'm
he
sure
played
that
10 when he
some
had a
of it was
PS2.
nostalgia. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it was nostalgia, but like to see, in fact, I'm sure most of it was nostalgia, but to see nostalgia hooks grab someone that hard that like in the morning
really.
they stop getting dressed and they just sit on like in a temporary position, just like leaning on their bed for 8 hours, maybe 10 hours he was there.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to play Final Fantasy VII though when it comes out.
Yeah, apparently it's pretty good on there's a port of it on Switch that's apparently pretty good.
Oh no. I'm gonna play the remake.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. If that ever comes out.
Well, so it's due out, and then it kind of sounds like maybe the second episode is closer than we were anticipating, but
well,
maybe we'll talk about that some other time on the show. But no, okay, so for me this week I started playing Godfather on PS3.
The first one?
Yeah. Yeah, so I listened to the whole book last week, and the book was really good. I really enjoyed it. And so I decided, I'm going to make a video on it and like about, is this the right way to make a movie tie-in game? And it's like a surprisingly competent GTA clone.
That's what I've heard.
It wasn't San Andreas, but like it was good.
It's better than Mafia.
I enjoy it quite a bit more than Mafia. But like Mafia seems to be pretty polarizing. You either love it or you don't.
I think I played all of the first one and part of the second one, and I just partway through the second one, I think I kind of just stopped because I was like, yeah, you guys really aren't doing anything here.
Yeah, the second one really like bored me to tears. It was pretty bad.
Yeah. And I mean, Godfather definitely has like in its corner, it has the fact that it's like, here are these really amazing characters that are well established in books and movies. And it's more of like Godfather, the movie, the ride, rather than like a video game. That it really leans on like recreating those movie scenes and letting you be like come along for the ride.
That's interesting, huh?
And
I played the Scarface tie-in game, but but it takes place after the movie, I guess, and so I don't.
So funny story about that one. Michael Corleone
mountains of cocaine.
Yeah, Michael Corleone. In the Godfather game, looks like just some generic random ass person,
right?
Because Pacino wouldn't let them use his likeness, and specifically he wouldn't let them use his likeness. What?
And Michael Jordan.
What?
Kind of like Bill Belichick and Michael Jordan. Bill Belichick is not in any Madden game, and Michael Jordan wasn't in any
2K
NBA game
until
until
the big one, 2K10.
It was, yeah.
No, so not like that, because he specifically wouldn't let them use his likeness because he had signed away he had not signed away, but like because the Scarface game was using his likeness at the same time.
Right. I knew
and
they
he
came
was
out.
like, "Oh, I really just want to be in one video game at a time."
Yeah.
And so he wouldn't
because
let...
he's the lead in the Godfather 2 game, as far as I know. I don't know a lot about. I'm gonna be the guy who hasn't seen the Godfather in the room, but
Ben, have you seen the Godfather?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't know. I never played the second game, but I know that Pacino wouldn't even go to the Oscars because he was getting a supporting actor nom instead of lead actor, and because he felt like he deserved it for Godfather 1 and Godfather 2, and Godfather 1, Marlon Brando got the nom,
And he didn't even go to the ceremony. He had an Indian lady go in his place, and she gave one of the best speeches in Oscar history.
Yeah.
Classic Brando.
And then Godfather 2, what's his name? De Niro got the nom for playing young Don Vito.
Oh.
But anyways, now it's time for the news at now.
The news show. It's the news show. We are now a news show, so we bring you news.
Ben can never hear the music, but
Yeah,
he
no, I
always
know.
dances
Usually
to it.
There's more singing.
He always dances to it, and I don't think he's ever even heard the little tune that I put together of him singing over like instrumentals.
Oh, is that him? Is that not live?
No, so it's
Oh, okay.
so it's just
It used to be live.
he used to just make up a new song every time. And I grabbed one of
With the
them and I
help of
put it
Andrew.
over like a news thing. And then and I don't think he's ever heard it, but
No, I have like once or twice.
but anyways, we're going to tear down the news real quick because we got time limits and whatnot. Dreams Early Access. So Dreams Early Access actually closed last week. Evan, did you get Dreams?
I did not. No, I was surprised to hear that it came out of early access, though.
Yeah, so it came out of early access, and apparently there's going to be a full release of like this is the game on February 14th, so Valentine's Day.
Same day as the Sonic movie. All right.
Dude, what am I going to choose? What am I going to?
Yeah.
Video games or watch a movie that's terrible about video games.
About a bad game.
It's debatable. Tim would consider those fighting words.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. Sonic sucks. I hate those games.
Yeah, but it's got what's his name?
Cyclops.
Yeah, and isn't it still John Ralphio voicing him, even though they changed the way he looks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had him re-record a bunch of the lines.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get us on Sonic talk. Go ahead about
It's all right. I hate Sonic. I hate him. I hate those games. I've tried to like those games, and I just don't.
I like 3D Sonic more. It's fine.
I just
Whoa.
like Tails.
That's something that no one likes more. 3D Sonic. Ben, it's funny you like Tails because you know who hates Tails? The makers of Sonic.
Why?
They really hated Tails. They hated the idea of Sonic needing a sidekick.
But Tails can fly, bro.
I know, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm more of a Shadow the Hedgehog guy. What
was that game that was all about him?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
That was on Dreamcast, right?
No, that one was on PS2 and Xbox.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's going to be a story mode or kind of a more traditional campaign.
In Shadow the Hedgehog too.
You know what we really need in Dreams is a remake of Shadow the Hedgehog and then a follow-up Shadow the Hedgehog Part 2. Not 2, Part 2. Because you know it's going to be fancy when it says Part 2.
And it's going to be probably about the best game ever.
Probably.
You know, I've had a Shadow the Hedgehog 2 episode planned for about a year and a half, so I'm just going to take some notes here.
Have you seriously?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Shadow the Hedgehog 2. Oh, God. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think is the future for Dreams? Do you think it's going to come up to PS5 in a more prominent way than just backwards compatibility?
Oh. Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I think of these things kind of like Mario Maker a little bit, where they'll be like the hot thing for a little bit. I know Dreams has like an incredible community behind it, but I I don't know if it'll have the same staying power or not.
It's
I mean, if they start introducing like the ability to publish the games like they've talked about how they're going to do.
yeah, like a commercial
true.
license.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that then yes, obviously they would, because it's like you're not going to just develop this game for PS4 and just
Leave it there
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
do you
does it-
think?
Especially yeah.
So do you think that maybe the future of Dreams is on PC and Mac instead of PS5?
I would say
I mean, I think it would make more sense, but doesn't Sony own the property?
So Sony owns it, but like, I mean, it could be in their best interest if they're going to get a cut of each game that sells to put it on PC and Mac.
Yeah, I mean that would definitely like, because the reason I quit playing is that developing with a controller was too fucking frustrating.
Right.
Like it made me feel like I was retarded. Sorry, I shouldn't have used that word. It made me feel like I was like stupid or something. Like it really made me feel like made me feel stupid, and it was like frustrating. And I was just like, you know what? Screw this. This isn't fun.
Kinda like
Dreams
playing-
feels like something that's like right on the edge of being consumer facing. Like it almost feels like, again, like a development tool in a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
It's like baby's first development tool.
Yeah, and so if it moves to like PC and Mac and people start selling it, I think that it'll kind of almost like weed out the more casual type of player
Right.
and like more like, I don't want to be the
And-
non-developy type people.
Yeah, and at the same time, it could really like not only would it weed out the more casual type, but it would really open a lot of doors to people that are really into it. Like our
Yeah.
friend Nathan is obsessed with Dreams.
Yeah.
No, and the stuff that he's made is fucking impressive. And
Oh yeah,
it's like their game was way too fucking hard for me. I was just terrible at it. I couldn't
Which
get
one?
more than like the shooter one.
oh I haven't played
but
that one.
I got like 200 points, which is I got 2 kills and did not last longer than like 30 seconds ever. It was just like one of those things where I was like, I played at least like I probably played a good solid 15 rounds and then like played a couple of the other modes and I was like, yeah, this is just too hard for me. Like you either you need to like make it so like the difficulty eases in or like make like a mode for people who are stupid.
For stupid people. Yeah, I'm going to try that out because that sounds fun. Speaking of development and PlayStation 5, it was inevitable, but pictures of the PS5 dev kits have leaked.
Do you think do you think that it's got the V on it because it's PS5?
No,
It's
I
a
think
big
it's V because they're planning Victory.
No, V for Vendetta.
Oh. Also
it is
Vivacious.
the one with the big. Okay.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
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 But
Well,
all
it's a dev kit.
dev kits are always ugly. Like that dev kit controller we saw a while ago was super fucking ugly too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's I think why I want to talk about this is because it's like just sort of a reminder. I mean, Zach mentioned like, oh, I'm not sure if it'll actually look that way. I am sure that it will not look that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I would really hope not.
Like,
Yeah, I mean that looks like what like someone like if Magnavox made a console, that's what it would look like.
that's insulting to
Audiovox
Magnavox.
or Audiovox, like one of those Walmart brands. That's like
Yeah.
if they made a console,
Yeah.
that's what it would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a really cool 2005 PC.
And by really cool, you mean
Alienware,
quote unquote
baby.
really cool.
Really cool. Yeah.
Alienware.
Yeah, Alienware in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Honestly, Alienware's hardware looks pretty cool now. Like especially that Area 51M. Whew, man, a socketed CPU and a laptop. Jesus Christ.
Is it still like owned by Dell though?
Yeah, they're owned by Dell. So yeah, don't buy one. I'm not saying buy one.
Are we talking shit about Dell? I don't understand.
I mean, they're pretty easy to pick on.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
You mean to tell me I bought mine last year and I'm already having problems with it? Oh, really?
What? Yeah. All right. So yeah, no, just sort of a PSA. It will not look like the pictures you've seen on Twitter. Those are hideous, and that's okay.
Like literally, someone who the article that I was reading said that the person who tweeted it was like is a developer, but the person like tweeted a comment on the like first picture that someone tweeted and was like, just so you guys know, this is designed this way so that it could be stackable. Like, because sometimes we have up to 5 of these stacked on top of each other. And so it's designed for airflow when they're stacked on top of each other.
Oh, that's actually smart. That's
that
cool.
makes a ton of sense. And like the dev kit for the PS3 looked really slick. And I mean, it still does. Like the original PS3 looks really sleek.
Oh yeah.
And the dev kit for that looked like one of the very first VCRs. Like
I just looked up a picture of it. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's terrible. And so like Zach just kind of
like tape deck or something.
Yeah, exactly. Zach brought it to my attention that maybe it's just worth a quick PSA. It's not going to look like that.
Yeah.
Just straight up. I don't know if it's going to look like that. I know it will not look like that.
Because consumers won't stack 5 of them on top of each other.
Well, I mean, I've heard that it works through osmosis and you get 5 times the power. But I'm not an engineer. All right. Also in the news, 2K announced the creation of a new studio called Cloud Chamber. And along with Cloud Chamber, Evan, did you hear about this?
Sorry.
So yeah, along with Cloud Chamber, they announced a new BioShock game. Which, again, PSA, the last BioShock game to get announced never came out.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
So they announced a BioShock game for the PlayStation Vita.
They did?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. That was when they announced the Vita, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, so I guess it might not have been the last BioShock game to get announced.
Because Ken Levine, they announced Infinite like years before it came out. But
Yeah.
I remember Ken Levine being like, "We're gonna support this little guy," and like holding up the Vita or something like that. Yeah,
and they announced a Vita exclusive BioShock game, and never happened. So, I mean, I would love to go back to Rapture, and I would love even more to go back to Columbia. But like, they canceled a BioShock game before. So.
Yeah, right? Didn't they? I've always heard that they canned. Who was it? Irrational who developed it? Technically, the old ones. I can't remember.
I thought it was 2K Marin.
Okay, I was gonna say whoever they kind of like shuffled them out the door because they took so long on Infinite, and it's kind of interesting to me to see like Ken Levine isn't involved in this project apparently, but some of the other people are, and so it's like I don't know. It feels a little disingenuous, kind of.
That's a little bit rough because BioShock 1 was awesome.
No, it wasn't.
Ben has beef with BioShock 1. Ben has very old running beef with BioShock 1. He just experienced a glitch that stopped him from progressing.
That's fair. I've been there.
And no, but BioShock 1 was...
go back and play like 20 hours again.
Yeah. So never finished it. BioShock 1 was a really good game. And then BioShock 2, I think, was still really good.
I like 2.
But
2 isn't...
2, it wasn't Ken Levine.
Yep, that's true. I forgot about that.
But then he came back for Infinite. And
some people really don't like Infinite.
Some people really don't. I am not one of those people.
I'm not either.
I consider Infinite to be one of the best games I've ever played.
I really enjoyed it on a first playthrough. I'm definitely not super inclined to go back to it, but I really enjoyed my time with it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited at the prospect of BioShock. I hope that they do it justice because, like, on the one hand, it's like, oh yeah, it's awesome that we're getting a new BioShock game, but on the other, it's like, do we need another BioShock game?
I mean, we'll get to it to a little later, but
Yeah.
a lot of I think that a lot of the BioShock energy has been passed to Arcane
Oh,
quite a bit.
absolutely.
I mean, I
Prey
adore
was
Prey 2017
such an awesome
so
game.
much.
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like that is the spiritual successor to BioShock, the way that BioShock was the System Shock kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. That baton has been passed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, real quick, just going to run down the highlights of the state of play, just because we don't have time to go through the whole thing. Goose Game has come. Oh, you got something to add?
Sorry, I was going to say before that, the Nindies and Skatebird. All right, now you can do anything you want with the Nintendo Indie World Showcase today.
Wait, I have not heard of this.
There was a Nintendo.
There was an Indies thing?
Yeah, it was today too.
Oh, I did not watch that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a sequel to Axiom Verge and a game called Skatebird.
Oh.
And a sequel to Golf Story.
I saw Sports Story. I saw the trailer for Sports Story, and I loved Golf Story.
Yeah, I love Golf Story too. And so
God,
I was really,
what a cool game.
Sorry, I absolutely interrupted you. Go on.
No, that's really good. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. I didn't know that happened. Yeah. I'm super stoked for Sports Story because of how good Golf Story is. We were actually talking about Golf Story on the podcast just a couple of weeks ago because Andrew picked it up. So
yeah.
And that actually made me go back to Golf Story. And God, that's such a good game.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
Yeah. But State of Play, Goose Game is coming to PS4 on the 17th. And Ben, before you buy it, it'll be on Game Pass on the 17th as well.
Fair enough.
Predator Hunting Grounds got a release date for April 24th. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really stoked on that one.
I am. A lot of people are kind of coming at it with a lot of skepticism, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I am for sure.
The potential is there for it to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Evan, do you have any thoughts on any opinions?
Not really. I don't play a lot of multiplayer games, and
gotcha.
My roommate in college tested Evolve, did all the betas and all the alphas and stuff. And
so
I got a bad taste in my mouth from all of that shit.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Project Resistance, the multiplayer Resident Evil thing, turns out that's just a multiplayer mode, and it's a part of Resident Evil 3 Remake, which is officially announced. It was leaked last week, or a couple weeks ago, and we talked about it then. But it's a ground-up remake in the same way that RE2 was. A lot of the trailer... Did you guys watch the trailer for this one?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Ben, did you watch the trailer for RE3?
I haven't had a chance to yet.
Okay. So basically, a lot of the trailer was in first person.
Huh.
And after they made the switch to third person for RE2, I figured they would stay that way. But RE7 was in first person, and that's what lent RE7 so well to VR. So when they announced RE2 and it was third person, I was hoping that first person would be an option so that I could play it in VR again. But I'm kind of thinking maybe will that be an option? Could that be a thing?
I mean, people were worried that what they were going to do with this one was just kind of copy over what they did with 2, right? I mean, with do the same thing that they did to Resident Evil 2, they're going to do it to Resident Evil 3, and then it won't really have the same critical acclaim that Resident Evil 2 got. That might be a way to combat that.
It could be. And I mean, the reason that I'm excited for that, because I've never played the original Resident Evil 3, but from everything I've seen, it's basically the Tyrant portions of Resident Evil 2, but for a whole game, with Nemesis chasing you throughout the whole game. And that was the most stressful, and as a result, the least enjoyable portion of RE2 for me. I did not like that part. And so Nemesis chasing me throughout a whole game in third person in RE3, I'll take it or leave it. But Nemesis chasing me in VR throughout the whole game, like, fucking sign me up for that shit. I'm in.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't know. I think Billy really liked 3, and because I think Billy liked 3 actually better than he liked 2 originally.
Really?
Just if I remember him telling me right, because I remember him saying that he liked the Nemesis parts actually and thought they were cool. So I don't know. I've never played it either. Though.
Nemesis seems like something Billy would like.
Yeah, he never finished 2.
Oh, okay. But he played the remake, right?
He never finished the remake. I'm sure he finished the original game. I imagine when he was a kid, but yeah. I don't think to my knowledge, he has not finished the remake.
Gotcha. Yeah, Nemesis seems like Billy's kind of thing.
Yeah.
Billy likes to be scared, except of the ocean. So, and then it comes out on April 3rd. So that's kind of right around the corner. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm glad they had a pretty quick turnaround time on RE3 because they took a really long time on RE2 and it was totally worth it. But like, I want more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, they showed just like a portion of a trailer for Ghost of Tsushima. And they said there's more coming at the Game Awards. So I think they're going to announce a release date for Ghost of Tsushima at the Game Awards.
That's cool. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Yeah, that game's going to be really cool.
Yeah. That's the last big PS4 exclusive that's left, right?
Yeah, so I actually strongly suspect that Ghost of Tsushima will straddle the generation.
Yeah, probably.
And it'll come out at the same time on PS4 and PS5, and it'll probably be a launch title on PS5.
Yeah. That.
Did they do anything with like that on PS3 and PS4?
As far as games that straddled the generation?
Yeah, they came out at the same time.
Yeah. So
besides like sports games and shit like that.
I'm not sure if they came out at the exact same time, but Battlefield 4, Assassin's Creed 4, Watch Dogs.
But those
Last
are
of
also,
Us was
that's
pretty
not,
late.
That's not. All of those are like none of those are exclusives.
Right. So I don't think they had any first parties. Any exclusives.
Yeah, Last of Us came out like a year after.
Yeah,
that's right.
Out, the remake. Yeah.
But no, I don't think they had anything. And I was gonna say, like, that seems like a good idea to have that ready because Microsoft has Halo ready for the launch of Scarlet.
Yeah.
And so Sony having Ghost of Tsushima ready for the PS5 seems like a pretty good move.
What if they were what if they were like, we're going to show you more of Ghost of Tsushima and
it's just
the
out.
Game Awards? And no, what if they fucking no, they've said that it's going to be on PS4, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've said it will. Yeah, I was going to, what if they just announced that the PS, like show us the PS5 at the Game Awards instead of, and then say it's PS5. It's gonna be. They're like, actually, it's coming out on PS5. Sorry.
Whoops, sorry.
Here's your first look at the PS5.
Yeah, that would. So they've featured Ghost of Tsushima pretty prominently in PS4 Pro advertising for a long time, like more than a year, because they had it when, like, they had that advertisement when Spider-Man came out, which is like they're advertising that game 2 years before the console comes out, or before it's set to come out. But I don't know. Maybe they just pushed it to PS5, and if that were the case, I would be totally okay with that.
I think people would be mad though.
Probably, but they can fuck off.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'll be mad about anything, but I can definitely hear
Like,
people being like, "Oh, I just
bought a
wanted this new
PS4
sucker
Pro
free."
for this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, go play God of War, asshole.
Yeah, go play fucking Death Stranding. Like,
Exactly. Like, go play God of War, go play Death Stranding, go play Spider-Man, go play.
Yeah.
Play a lot of all the other good games that are going to look great on it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, go play the dozen other fantastic PS4 exclusives.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, no, so that takes us, so we'll be watching that on Thursday night for Game Awards, but that takes us to the topic of the show. All right. So, topic of the show, we're just going to rip through each year of the 2010s, take a look at the best games of that year, try and narrow it down to one game per year, and then try and pick from that list the best game of the decade.
All right.
This is quite the task that we're gonna rush through. But,
Quick, 2010. I don't think Pat and Pat. I know that you were not a Mass Effect person. I'm not a Mass Effect person.
I'm not. That's a little bit.
yeah.
Red Dead Redemption is definitely the best game that I think I played that year. I would give Fallout New Vegas a little bit of love. And then I'd give Halo Reach a little bit of love.
I was going to say Halo
There's
Reach.
a lot of people who would give StarCraft 2 a lot of love. I never played it, but I played the shit out of StarCraft 1.
There's a lot of people that would be really into Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
I liked Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Not a lot, but
Which one was Brotherhood?
It was the second of the two. So remember, there was a trilogy of Assassin's Creed 2. There was 2 Brotherhood Revelations.
Oh yeah.
It was Brotherhood was the second of the 2 trilogy, and people really loved that game.
I was gonna say I like 2 a lot, but it might be the best.
With the Borgias? Which one was the one with the Borgias?
That's 2.
Okay, I think I liked 2 better than this one, than Brotherhood. I think I played Brotherhood, and I think Brotherhood was the one where I was just like, "What the fuck? You just gave me the same game again." Or no, that might have been the third one.
No, Ben, I think you felt that way about Brotherhood, and I think everyone caught up with you the next year on Revelations when they were like, "What the fuck? You've sold us the same game 3 years in a row."
Okay.
Also, got to give a nod to Super Mario Galaxy
Rising
2. Mario Galaxy 2, Super Meat
yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, Galaxy 2 got Metacritic's Game of the Decade. I know that.
Oh, really?
I think it was. I could be completely wrong, but
Also, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
oh, right. How could I forget?
He returns. Fable 3. Fable 2 was
Fable 2 was the good one.
yeah, right. Just Cause 2 is probably the best Just Cause.
Yeah, Just Cause 2 is definitely, more than probably. Just Cause 2 is definitely the best Just Cause.
What?
Boy.
What?
I love 3.
Oh,
don't
3
know.
is good, but 2, dude.
Oh, I
2.
haven't played 2 in years.
2 is real good. Damn, the last Prince of Persia game came out in 2010. Force Unleashed 2 came out in 2010.
BioShock 2.
Fallout New Vegas is my favorite game ever.
Fallout New Vegas
So you're a
was
little
really good. But I gotta go with Red Dead. I mean, Red Dead so fucking good. And
so
it's
okay. Argument here, Ben. I'm gonna back Fallout New Vegas simply for the fact I don't like Fallout games, but because Evan's saying it's his favorite game ever, and Ben, we're gonna put a Red Dead game on the list.
Yeah.
okay.
We're gonna put the
Anytime
better
a
Red
Rockstar
Dead game
is available. It should be picked.
That's not the case. I'm gonna back Fallout New Vegas. I hope you can get on board with me on that.
I guess we'll go with Fallout New Vegas. It was a really good game.
All right, so Fallout New Vegas is 2010.
3 came out that year too. I never played it though. Still, And I think it's actually even loaded on my PlayStation 4, the HD version.
Oh,
So maybe
you have it? Maybe you should just rip through it in like a weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I mean,
yeah, 2011. Yeah, this is why we don't want to pick Fallout New Vegas for 2010.
2011, Portal 2, Skyrim.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking pick Skyrim.
No, we are not picking Skyrim.
I think in the year 2011, Skyrim for sure.
Fine, we're going with LA Noire in 2011 if we won't pick the Rockstar game in 2010.
I'm okay with that.
Whoa. Uncharted 3?
Yeah.
Gears of War 3? Portal 2? We're going to pick LA Noire over Portal 2.
I like Portal 2.
I mean, you guys made me get rid of Red Dead.
Okay. Duke Nukem Forever, though.
Oh.
Dragon Age 2.
I mean, I feel like as much as I love Uncharted 3 and Gears of War 3, it's got to be Portal 2.
I agree. I agree on that one.
Really good. Yeah.
Like that's one of the easiest ones we're gonna have.
You guys tricked me out of fucking God.
2 Rockstar games and none on the lists.
We're, I guess probably Far Cry 3 the next year, or
2012.
Yeah.
Dishonored, Halo 4, Mass Effect 3, Borderlands 2, Far Cry 3, Journey, Max Payne 3.
Payne 3 was solid, but not the I mean it's Rockstar, but it's probably one of the weakest Rockstar games ever.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Max Payne 3.
Oh yeah.
Spec Ops: The Line.
I got mixed opinions on that one. I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, man, 2012 was kind of a bust, wasn't it?
I think Far Cry 3.
Yeah, holy shit.
Far Cry 3 or Dishonored.
Because I never got really into Borderlands 2. Dishonored was pretty cool, but
Far Cry 3 is on the list because Far Cry 3 was
what I liked Far Cry 3 better than Dishonored.
I liked Far Cry 3 better than Halo 4.
I never even finished Halo 4. I played a little bit of it with you and Ethan, I think, one time, and just didn't care about it at all.
Yeah. So are we all good with putting Far Cry 3 there?
Yeah.
Oh, God. 2013's next. Oh, man.
All right. 2013.
Obviously, we're going with the fucking Rockstar game. It's the best-selling game of all time, the most profitable game of all time. We're fucking picking it.
Well,
I have a Link Between Worlds here. It's just like
I love A Link Between Worlds. But Evan, I'm going to remind you of just a few minutes ago when I backed you on Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, no.
And I'm going to say BioShock Infinite.
You guys are stupid as fuck if you're going to the best selling and most profitable game of all fucking time.
And of course we're going to do Grand Theft Auto 5. Jesus Christ. So mad.
Fucking 4 Rockstar games out here already.
Okay. All right. Jesus, Ben, I think your anger is making your camera freeze up. Also, get closer to your mic.
Hi, Mike.
So, Evan, are you okay with putting Grand Theft Auto 5 there?
Yeah. I don't want to pick a fight with him, man.
All right, 2014. Jesus Christ, Ben. You've died on the hill. You don't get to do that again.
That's fair.
Until 2018.
Well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
2014. Dark Souls 2, Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8 is a good one.
Alien Isolation.
I think of that as like a 20 2017 game though, because I first played Mario Kart 8. Well, I guess I played it on your Wii U, but
Yeah.
I really played it mostly on Switch. Like that's where I really was exposed to it. So I feel like it's more of a Switch game. But I guess it did.
Are you guys
officially come out
wanting to distinguish and call 8 Deluxe its own game?
I don't think it's gonna make. Whenever it came
2017 it's gonna get smoked.
Yeah. I mean, Alien Isolation was pretty sick. Titanfall is actually like a really cool game. I didn't play it till last year, but I really fucking enjoyed it.
Titanfall 2 was the game you played.
You're right. Good call. That was Titanfall 2. I'm glad you reminded me of that.
Smash 4.
I know people don't. I don't think it's a. I don't know if it's a good game or not. I like it, and I like what it's done with games like it. But Wolfenstein: The New Order.
So
I got so bored in that game.
I also got bored, and you're talking to two guys who have had discussions of being bored with that game.
Yeah, no, I know, me too. I can't.
There were moments where it was so cool.
Master Chief Collection. Yeah. We'll give it to Master Chief Collection.
All right, Destiny it is.
Fuck off. God, like that. I'm not gonna get mad and yell like Ben. But don't even.
I guess.
Really nice.
No, I gotta say Mario Kart 8.
Tropical Freeze.
Tropical Freeze was 2014.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And Metal Gear Solid 5.
Ground Zero.
Ground Zero. Ground Zero. Sorry. Whoops.
Which was a better game than Solid 5.
Yeah. Oh. I'm not that far yet. I would say Mario Kart personally.
All right, we can go Mario
Civilization
Kart.
Beyond Earth. All right, I'll go Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 8. All right.
Should have gone 15. It's on my shelf.
2015. Bloodborne, Witcher 3, Phantom Pain, Fallout 4, Mario Maker, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Excellent game.
It is.
Until Dawn. Oh, 2015 is Rocket League.
Oh, I was going to say Evolve. All right.
No.
Dawn.
Until Dawn. We had so much fun with that game.
I really, really liked Until Dawn. Rocket League is really fun, but I don't know. I really liked Until Dawn.
Did you play Until Dawn, Evan?
I played. I'm trash at horror games. I've played like 3, maybe. It's only like a 5-hour game, so I played like an hour and a half to 2 hours of it, and it was like right when it started to get like slashery. I was like, nah. So.
So you should. I think you have a girlfriend because you talked to someone offset.
Yeah.
You should play through Until Dawn with her and make the choices together.
That's not a bad idea.
That's honestly my girlfriend and I played through it that way. It's the best way to, because like playing through it alone, fucking whatever, who cares?
Yeah,
but playing through it with someone else, like Billy and I played.
I played through it with 2 of my like good friends, and one of my other friends was too much of a bitch because he thought it was too scary, and so we just made fun of him unrelentlessly.
Yeah, so Billy and I started playing it at like 7 p.m. one night, and he had to go to band practice at 9, and he left at like 8:45, and he was gone for like 3 minutes, and then my phone rang. And he was like, come let me in. And I came downstairs and I let him in. And he was like, I texted my band and told him I was sick. Let's go finish that game. And it's like, we finished it. We started at 7 and we just played all the way until like 2:30 in the morning and finished it. And that game is fantastic. You should, but you got to play it with someone and make the choices together because it's absolutely a social experience.
Yeah,
it is.
That's cool. Witcher 3, I know you're into that.
So
Patrick.
I like Witcher 3. I didn't ever get far enough into Witcher 3 to call it that for the year. I love Rise of the Tomb Raider too.
I haven't played it. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I feel like for me that year, it's got to be like, as far as the ones that are cemented in my memory, it's got to be Rocket League or Until Dawn.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling based on all of these.
I'll leave that
Rainbow
up to
Six
you
Siege
guys.
was fun, but not like super fun.
Didn't
Mad Max
fucking
was
work
fun,
on my Xbox.
Not super fun. Yeah, I mean, I would lean towards either of those.
Yeah.
I would be okay with either.
All right, Evan, you make the call.
I played more of Until Dawn, and I really like Rami Malek, so we'll go there.
All right.
All right. That's a good justification.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, it's so tough because both of those games are just so good.
Yeah.
Rocket League was a big deal. I remember it being kind of a big thing when it came out.
Yeah. And it just marketed geniusly by giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
2016, Overwatch, Uncharted 4, Doom, Inside, Titanfall 2, Dishonored 2, Firewatch, No Man's Sky.
I was going to say No Man's Sky.
But when No Man's Sky came out,
No
it
Man's
was
Sky in
fucking
2016
awful.
sucked.
When did I play No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky didn't get good until 2018.
Yeah, I played it right at the beginning of 2018. I played it before Next, and I liked it more than when I played it with Next.
It was already a much better game than it was in 2016.
Yeah.
What Forza Horizon do I play?
You play 4.
Okay,
Yeah. No, you like 4. 3 was fantastic though.
Which one do I like?
3 was really good though.
I mean, I gotta give it to Overwatch that year. I would say my 2. I would have 2 honorable mentions, and that would be Uncharted 4 and Titanfall 2.
Gears of War 4, Hitman. Like, Hitman Season 1 was 2016.
Season 1 was pretty awesome, but I've honestly never even played all of the stories on it.
I haven't either.
The first like 3 were really awesome, but then after that they started getting so much harder because it was like all military personnel that you were trying to sneak around against, and that made it just so much like more
made
difficult.
it really, really hard.
Yeah, and now it's like it made it just seem it. Yeah, it just like the difficulty spiked really hard after like the first 3.
Evan, what are you thinking on this one?
I was thinking Doom or Uncharted 4 personally.
I was thinking Doom or Overwatch. So
Shit.
Fuck.
I really did not like Doom. I don't know. I just thought I found it boring.
Titanfall 2? No.
It's free on PlayStation Plus right now. I have it downloaded, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh, you haven't
it's
played it?
fun.
Dude,
it's a really fun game.
You're going to really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one hell of a game. Shit.
I have put so much fucking time into Overwatch.
So have I.
I'm okay with Overwatch.
I by far played that more than anything. In 2017, I probably played it more than anything.
I mean, we didn't give it to Rocket League in 2015. I got to give it to Overwatch in 2016.
All right.
Fair.
All right. So since I didn't get BioShock Infinite because Ben had a little fit.
Oh, no, don't do it this year. Please don't.
This is probably when I'm going to call it in. But let's go through it. Breath of the Wild. Horizon Zero Dawn. Super Mario Odyssey. I want to call it in just to make you vote against the game you obviously want to vote for. PUBG, Nier Automata, Cuphead, Neo, COD World War II, which was a good COD game.
Why haven't you said Resident Evil 7 yet?
Shh, because that's what he's going to vote for.
Oh. Battlefront 2.
Yeah, Prey.
All right, Ukulele. All right, come on.
Ukulele. The Fractured Butthole. Wolfenstein
Uncharted:
2.
The Lost Legacy.
Lost Legacy was not good.
I didn't play it.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Sonic Mania.
Cuphead.
Fortnite, bro.
Ghost Recon Wildlands was actually really enjoyable. Okay, so Evan, you seem to have a pretty strong opinion. What are you wanting to vote for on this one?
Oh, I know that it's the wrong answer. I just fuck, man. I really like Prey.
Prey is so good.
I know it's Breath of the Wild. I didn't think I would. I liked Odyssey maybe a little bit more than I liked Breath of the Wild.
I liked Odyssey more than Breath of the Wild.
Ben liked Odyssey way more than Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, you don't like Breath of the Wild that much. So.
No, not at all.
But the correct answer for 2017 is RE7.
It was just too scary for me.
That game was unbelievable. Like
I don't have any frame of reference for Resident Evil at all.
It is one of the most distinct and best experiences I've ever had with a video game.
That was like the killer app for VR for a while there.
And still is. Like every time people talk about VR, they say like, oh, well, they're still waiting on like their big breakthrough game. And it's like, no, they're fucking not. Like RE7, it's there.
Resident Evil 7 and Astrobot Rescue Mission is always the two that I hear.
Resident Evil 7, Super Hot, and Beat Saber.
Super Hot and Beat Saber. Yep, that's right too.
Are really big ones. But everyone is treating Half-Life Alyx like it's like the second coming, like it's the one that's going to save VR. But it's like, no, RE7 is already there.
You're just not paying attention to it. Yeah.
And it's because RE7 is so playable on a TV.
Yeah.
I mean, we made a concession in 2017 on Cold North when we chose our 2017 game of the year because we could not agree. Because Ben was all about Odyssey.
Horizon.
Ben was all about Odyssey. I think Andrew was all about Breath of the Wild, and I was all about RE7. And Horizon
I think Zach was involved.
Oh yeah.
Heavily at that point.
It was Zach that was about Breath of the Wild. Yeah. And Horizon Zero Dawn was everyone's second favorite.
Yeah.
So we said Horizon Zero Dawn. But here we are. I'm going to right the wrongs of the past. I gotta get you guys on board with me on RE7.
I just think
I didn't get more than like 3 hours into the game.
It was so good.
I really think in 10 years,
Praise.
No, not even Prey. When we dust off the nuclear waste or whatever, and we pull out this episode of Hard Reset, they're gonna go, they didn't fucking vote for Breath of the Wild? What the
fuck? And not only that, if anyone is listening to this, it's not even in our conversation.
Yeah, I know.
Like right now we're talking about Odyssey, RE7, and Prey. And we said Call of Duty World War II was pretty good.
Yeah, no, a Prey, like a game that I'm willing to admit, like a lot of people didn't like when it came out. But
I've just never played it.
I admittedly loved Prey. It also almost ended my relationship.
Oh.
I would start to play Prey, and she would like have this spidey sense go off and come in the room and pick a fight that was so big that it almost ended our relationship. And that happened multiple times when I was playing Prey.
Wow. My Prey story was, I know the 3DS story where I just graduated and stuff like that, and I got really into it. Prey happened like right before that.
Okay.
And so it was another one where I was like, oh, like video games, and I would like wake up in like cold sweat and be shouting about life support and shit, and I was just like, it's Prey, like like
yeah. God, Prey was such a good game.
Yeah. But I'll give you Resident Evil just because I hope I hope this is the VR time. I'm not into VR right now, but I hope that it's
if you so I appreciate that. If you get a PSVR for cheap, even if you're a scaredy cat,
I'm a huge wimp.
even if you're well, I mean, you said you were scared of Until Dawn.
I wasn't scared. I was just like, I don't like this. There's a difference.
Ben, it seems as though you fall between the two of us. So Ben would be a great frame of reference because he's played both.
I mean, I feel like Resident Evil 7 is probably more fun in VR. I just found it very frustrating because I got to the part where I had to kill my my girlfriend or whatever, and she was terrifying, and I couldn't figure out how to kill her. And I was like, done with this.
It's very scary. And I was sweating so much. My VR was disgusting afterwards. But we're going RE7.
We'll go RE7. That's fine.
Hi,
Okay.
Ghost. I'll take you out in a few minutes, okay, Ghost? All right. 2018.
Red
These
Dead,
are some
Red
tough years,
Dead,
man.
Red
2018
Dead,
was just such a good year. Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Spider-Man, Smash, Celeste.
Let's go Pikachu.
I've been told that actually Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a
And yet
refreshing
you never
taken.
buy it.
Once it goes on sale for $5, I will try and grab it.
I played
Ben is
about an hour of
pledged.
it. It's all right.
Ben has pledged hard to never buy Odyssey until it's $5. He will never pay more than that, and he made that pledge on this podcast.
I
I
paid.
think we were even saying $3, so I may have increased the amount that I would like to spend on it actually now.
I think I paid $2 for Black Flag. Like super late in the Xbox 360's life.
A lot of people liked Black Flag.
I think I did similar, and I actually had a lot of fun with Black
Yeah,
Flag.
I really liked Black Flag for a while there.
And that's why I'm like, okay, I let this company burn me a few too many times early on, so now I will burn them again by
By
buying their
refusing to
game
pay
for
more than $5.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair.
Okay, so we know Ben votes for Red Dead. Evan,
I mean, but I will say that I fucking loved Spider-Man and God of War, and I played the shit out of Monster Hunter World
and Smash.
Like Red Dead, I've literally played through like 2.5 times, and I'm stopped at a specific spot so that I can just do all of the hunting things, like so that I can like do everything in the game. Like it's just such a good game.
So, Evan, thoughts on 2018?
I'm a little lukewarm on God of War a little bit. That's like the worst take that you can have in video games, I know. But I got to it so late, and people were like, this is
They were like jerking off. They were tripping over
they're
themselves.
like, oh my God.
They
this
set
game
expectations really high.
gave CPR to my dying child. Like, you know, and I was just like, it's all right. And it's a little long, I feel like, personally. But I know. Like, I absolutely like. It's a masterpiece. It's gorgeous. It's a very like inspired and heated story. But it didn't grab me the way that I expected it would. But Spider-Man really did.
Spider-Man was amazing.
Yeah,
It was a good game, definitely.
Spider-Man is the first video game I've ever cried over. Very hard, very embarrassingly hard over.
I definitely shed a tear at the end with Ant-Man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really defensive over Spider-Man for some reason. Like the character, I don't know. It's like a weird thing, but
I definitely shed a tear over Aunt May at the end. Like I definitely cried in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It seems like I've got my foot in both camps here.
I know you cried a lot during Red Dead.
I have never, in
I still haven't finished it.
any form of media, burst out crying the way I did in Red Dead.
Oh shit! Okay.
The end of Red Dead, I
wrecks
sobbed. It was unbelievable how hard Red Dead hit me. I'm sorry to say it, son. It's a hell of a thing. Like, oh my fucking God. Did you finish Red Dead?
No.
Okay.
I've had it spoiled. I've had like pieces of it spoiled. I understand
the
context and things like that.
That's the thing, is like, I had it spoiled for me too.
Yeah.
But that's why Red Dead is so beautiful, is because I had it spoiled. But
Well, I mean, you can't really spoil it that much because you know Arthur's not in Red Dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Red Dead Redemption.
But like, what I'm saying, Ben, is that like, even knowing what happens, spending so much time with Arthur, it's about the character. It's not about like, oh, what happens. It's about the character. And I got to the end of that game, and even though I knew what was going to happen, I burst out crying because it was just monumentally just sacrifice. It was redemption. You guys got me talking. I mean, are we just going to vote on this one? I love Spider-Man.
I will say I don't want to be the guy who's just like, as long as it's not God of War, but I've spent maybe.
You could be that guy.
I will be that guy then. I really hate to be that guy. I love PlayStation exclusive games like that, and for some reason it was like the game where it kind of broke me a little bit. I don't know. It was weird.
So to give you some context, because I'm going to back you up here, because you can be that guy. Last year, I did not finish Red Dead Redemption 2. I didn't finish Red Dead until this year. And so
you guys did your spoiler chat right after I met you, Patrick. I know that, and that was April.
Yeah, and that's because that's when I played the game. And so last year we had our Game of the Year conversation, and Ben was pushing so hard for Red Dead, but we decided on God of War because I wasn't into Red Dead at the time. Had I finished Red Dead in 2018, I'm changing. Like, Red Dead changed my Game of the Year for 2018. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best game of 2018.
I mean, I haven't even finished it, and like I it's just because it's so long, and I kind of got like lost in some stuff, like other games and stuff.
It's
like
definitely
that.
a grind.
Yeah, and so, but like what I played of it, I was like, oh my God, like I eat food, I gain weight. This is fucking weird. Like, I don't. There's just so much here that I think it's. I know you like Jakey a lot, and I understand like it has flaws to it, but like I think that again, down the line, people will look back at Red Dead Redemption and Breath of the Wild both and kind of go, oh, and cherry pick a lot of what both of those games do right and create like this really impressive open world one day. And I think that Red Dead Redemption for sure is the closest I think that we've really gotten to something seriously immersive like that.
Yeah. It's got to be Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, again, righting the wrongs of the past. Last year we called God of War our Game of the Year. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a better game. Ben, I'm sorry that I did that to you last year. But Red Dead Redemption 2 is a better game.
It is.
It should have won Game of the Year.
Are we going to do 2019?
We're going to do 2019.
Oh, okay.
Good games this year: Death Stranding, Jedi Fallen Order, Sword and Shield. Evan, you said that you're
Sekiro.
I haven't played. I've played the one game I bought this year. 3 games that I bought this year are Link's Awakening. My girlfriend bought Untitled Goose Game.
Excellent.
And I bought Marvel Ultimate Alliance right when I got a Switch.
You played about the same time. 2 of the best 3. Or you played 2 of the 3 you bought were 2 of the best. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is not.
It wasn't that good. No, every time my brother's really into it, and because he has a Switch, and he'll be like, we don't talk about video games a lot, and he'll come up to me like, "Have you played more of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3?" And I'm like, "No, man, like I haven't." Like,
well, I mean, that's like if your family member is getting really into like a game, and if it's the one that clicks with them, it's like you want to embrace it just because you want to share that with them.
Like I feel bad, but yeah,
yeah. Death Stranding, Jedi Fallen Order, Sekiro,
Res 2.
What?
Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah, RE2, Control, Apex, Luigi's Mansion 3,
the Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds, Goose Game. Anything else really jumping out at me?
I don't know if you said Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening, I did not.
I know you're really positive too.
Days Gone, which I've been told we decided I should go back and try and finish sometime.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening, we already said. Yeah, that was a good one.
So for me, I'm in love with Control this year. I'll leave this one more up to you guys. I'll just give you guys the ones that really hit hard with me this year. Control, RE2, Goose Game, Link's Awakening, and probably Death Stranding and Star Wars.
I mean, for me, I didn't play Death Stranding, but Star Wars I've really liked. I liked Pokemon. I liked Luigi's Mansion 3. Liked Apex a lot.
Yeah, you really liked Apex.
A lot. Liked Control quite a bit. I still didn't finish Control. Days Gone was not great for me. Yeah. I really like Link's Awakening. So, I don't know. I mean, Link's Awakening is really cool, and I like that it is like a cool remake. And I like this. I also like that about Resident Evil 2. It's almost like kind of like this year's the year of remakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Evan, if you're into Link's Awakening, we've burned 4 Zelda games.
I didn't. Never have I bought a game and went, "Oh, this is a Game Boy game that I just paid $60 for." Oh fuck.
Oh, okay.
Which I like it. Like, don't get me wrong. A Link Between Worlds is an immensely better game.
Yes,
like,
totally
by
agree.
a
100%.
shot. Yeah, and it was $40 at release, and maybe half of the people played it. It seemed like nobody seems to really talk about that game.
Not even half.
Yeah, and so I was expecting that when I went into it, and I felt a little burned by it. So I kind of, I don't know, like I got like the little pin and the amiibo and everything, and I was like, I'm gonna get really into this, and yeah,
it was good, but it wasn't as good as Link Between
Resident
Worlds.
Evil 2.
It also wasn't as good as Resident Evil 2. It also wasn't as good as Control.
Control was good, but I kind of like Star Wars more than Control. Maybe that's recency bias and the fact that it runs better.
Yeah, I think that if you played Control on Xbox, on your One X, I think you would probably be more satisfied.
But if I played Star Wars on my One X, I would also be more satisfied with Star Wars.
Star Wars didn't have nearly as many problems that were affecting it. Star Wars wasn't a good looking game, but it didn't have the performance issues that Control has. Like it's undeniable to talk about the performance issues that Control has, and it's still so good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to you guys.
This one, it seems like it's almost like the hardest.
Yeah.
There were a lot of good games this year. Nothing that would like blew my doors off.
Yeah, especially after as good as last
2018 was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Evan, you have the least experience with them. You choose.
Now's my moment. Hi, let me talk under my ass real quick.
How could this end badly?
Oh, look, it's Death Stranding.
I liked it a lot.
I really liked your video on it too. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Wait until it's $20.
Yeah, that's how I feel about every video game that I buy. I'm like, I'm gonna wait until it's 40 at the max usually.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But
we could give it to a free game.
Apex. We played the shit out of Apex.
I was gonna say, you guys seemed really into Apex when it came out.
We were.
We liked Apex a lot because it was like the Battle Royale genre is something that I really like the idea of, but so many games have tried it and just not done it well that it left me really disappointed. But Apex is the one that for me did it really, really well.
Yeah, because it puts you on a team and I really liked the aspect. Like, I mean, I know Fortnite, there's like squads too, but like, I just didn't like Fortnite.
I don't like Fortnite. I don't like the setting. I don't like the art.
No.
There's a lot.
I like the art a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate the building. I can't stand the building.
Yeah, I'd say Apex just because you didn't give it to Titanfall either.
Oh yeah.
And then that's the same
developer.
Houses
Gotta pay
and
respects
same
to
world.
Respawn.
Yeah, Respawn did Jedi Fallen Order as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, they had two
so
really
give
good games this year.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would say Apex.
All right. So our list to choose one: Fallout New Vegas, Portal 2, Far Cry 3, GTA 5, Mario Kart 8, Until Dawn, Overwatch, RE7, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Apex. Let's get the ones that we can throw out. Far Cry 3 is out.
Yeah.
Apex is out.
Until Dawn, regrettably out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apex is out. So that leaves us Fallout New Vegas, Portal 2, GTA 5.
I'm willing to throw out New Vegas. I understand that it's a good game, but I love it. It's my favorite game, but it's dated. It's incredibly dated, even when it came out.
All right. So that leaves us. And you know what? I'll even throw out Portal 2. I love Portal 2, but like
similar kind of thing.
It's no GTA 5. It's no Red Dead Redemption 2. So that leaves us with GTA 5. I'll even throw out Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Brave,
GTA 5, Overwatch, RE7, Red Dead 2.
All right, we're going to go Overwatch. Fuck Hong Kong.
I
think it should be GTA 5. I'm going to be honest.
I mean, you're really preaching to the choir here.
No, I know I am.
Choose between GTA 5 and Red Dead 2. Like,
I
think
I spent so what I've spent the most time with this decade is easily GTA 5.
I think that we have more than 1,000 hours in GTA 5.
Like, I'm not even like super into GTA 5, and I've spent so much time in that game.
Yeah. A lot of time in Overwatch also, definitely. But I probably have. I might have. I don't know. It's I mean, I just played Overwatch like obsessively for a while there.
Yeah, a little too much.
When I lived together, literally, we would just both get home from work and play Overwatch for like a couple hours most nights.
That's why he bought an Xbox.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think I enjoy time in GTA 5 far more than I enjoy it, because Overwatch, while it's fun, it also frustrates the shit out of me. Whereas GTA 5, I'm just constantly like having fun.
Yeah, GTA 5, I can have fun just chasing my friends around the map versus Overwatch. It's like if one person starts getting frustrated, it snowballs into everyone not having a good time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm willing to drop Overwatch, and honestly, with as incredibly definitive of an experience as it was, and still hands down one of the best experiences I've ever had with a video game, I'm willing to let go of RE7.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So then it's just between.
So it comes down to GTA 5, Red Dead 2.
Yeah, Rockstar.
Ben's going to be happy no matter what at the end of this episode.
I mean, like the single player story in Red Dead 2 is just insanely good. Like, I mean, I think that's the most powerful I've seen video game storytelling ever be.
Yeah.
I agree. And the Wall Street Journal, or was it the New York Times, called it the Godfather Part 2 of video games. Like, this is that moment where it's like, this medium is undeniably art.
Yeah. I can feel that for sure.
That being said,
I love GTA 5.
I gotta get on board with Evan.
I like that story too, and I really fucking played the shit out of GTA Online.
I'm gonna get on board with Evan and say it's got to be GTA 5. I mean, I made that video this summer about GTA 5.
And it's like I was yelling earlier. It's the most profitable and the best-selling game of all time.
But that's not a metric of quality. That's not like, oh, this is good, because I mean, Call of Duty is the best-selling game every year, except years when Rockstar games come out. But like, that doesn't. There have been significantly more copies of Modern Warfare sold this year than Control, but Control is a much better game.
Yeah, but
it's
also the most profitable.
Power.
Staying power, yes.
Yeah, the fact that it's almost 7 years old and
we still play it,
and it still cracks the NPD top 10. I mean, it finally got dethroned 6 months ago, and it literally had not missed a single month of being on the NPD top 10 since it released.
Yeah.
Well, and that's it's like we were saying. Like, I mean, the storytelling in that game, I think, is what kind of inspired a lot of the storytelling in
Red Dead 2.
Dead 2.
I agree.
So
I'm willing to give it to GTA 5 if you guys are willing to get on board.
No, yeah, I am as well.
Definitely.
Game of the decade, GTA 5. And GTA Online, because they're the same thing. But also, GTA Online was monumental in pushing GTA 5 to where it is.
Yeah.
For profitability, for sure.
Yeah. Well, that means that we really just have one more thing to do, and that's the weekly trivia challenge. Trivia! All right, this week's trivia challenge. I gotta get close to read. Hold on. Bolo Santori is the leader of the Reapers faction in which 2010 video game? Is it A, Mass Effect 2, B, Just Cause 2, C, Fallout New Vegas, or D, Bioshock 2?
Fuck, the only one of those games that I played is Fallout New Vegas.
I think that's A. That's Mass Effect, right? That's out.
Would you like me to read the question again?
Just the name, mostly.
Bolo Santori is the leader of the Reapers faction in which 2010 video game? A, Mass Effect 2, B, Just Cause 2, C, Fallout New Vegas, D, Bioshock 2.
This is going to end up being Just Cause because I'm not super familiar with it, but I know Reapers are in Mass Effect, and that's the thing that clicks for me.
No, wait, I played Just Cause.
You did play Just Cause 2.
Yeah, it's the Reapers. Yeah, it's Just Cause 2. It's Just Cause 2.
So, Ben, you're saying Just Cause 2?
Yep.
Final answer?
I'm going to go...
Evan?
Yep.
I'm going to go A just because I'm I'm gonna be wrong probably, but
Mass Effect 2, final answer?
sure.
So, Evan, you said it's gonna be Just Cause 2 because I'm unfamiliar with it. And then you took my bait of the Reapers being a faction in Mass Effect 2.
I was gonna say, that's a smart question. That was good.
The correct answer is Just Cause 2.
Can't believe there's 2 games in the same year with
Reapers. Yeah. So, Ben, you've clinched it a while ago. You won the first year of trivia. But that's all we've got for you. Extra long episode. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe on whatever platform you found us on. You can find everything we do, including our movies podcast, No Refunds, the podcast that watches bad movies so you don't have to, all in one spot over at coldnorthpro.com. We'll be back next week talking about whatever happens in the next 7 days, probably Game Awards as well. So until then, reset.
Reset.
Cool. We're playing the outro music. So
The outro music is
it's of the utmost importance because all of our listeners listen all the way through it. All those iHeartRadio people.